Welcome back. Slightly ill from the cryptic today. But yeah, this could be one of the last times you see me say Formula Cryptic, because there will be a rebrand soon. But yeah, currently under the weather, but we'll move on and get this race out of the way. Last week was a more butchered version of the event, where I didn't realise my mic was on. And yeah. If I can boot up YouTube, I'll be sharing a link, but if not... Yeah, there we go, we've got YouTube up. What is SRL? Well, quality is now underway. We will update spectator menus. Let's do tyres, no telemetry, full track map. It's going to be a very interesting GP. As yeah, it's Monaco. And Rich Raw looks like he's going out on inters. I believe it's Micromash who's on his way out of the pit lane. No, it is Crazy Rare Tudor, who we will see in turn 1 now. Monaco, very interesting circuit indeed. Quite narrow, very difficult to overtake. We are going to see quite a lot happen in Rascasse, Nouvelle Chicane and Saint Devote. I'd anticipate that one is going to be a hell zone in terms of battling, as people want to be ahead because track position is crucial. As Crazy Rare Tudor goes a bit deep in the hairpin there. Yeah, probably got a bit of damage as a result. Doesn't look it as much. But yeah, the Williams limping round with Konami just behind. As Konami overtakes Rare Tudo, I'm gonna ride on board with Konami as he is quick. That's a good way to explain it, ain't it? But yeah, through the final corner goes Konami, and now out of the out of final corner he goes up to the line. DRS wide open, reaching top speed literally as you brake, and then quickly shunt it right. A tiny lock up, and now up the hill he goes. Round Casino, lovely does it, gets nice and wide on entry, tucks in on the exit, kind of drives over the bump there, but it's purple sector 1, first sector 1 of the weekend, and another lock up into the hairpin. Great rotation though, and now he just chucks it right and then right again. Tiny lock up there, just helps slow the car down ever so slightly. Probably just shows how heavy he's hitting the brakes based off how many times he is locking up. As he does it again in Nouvelle, very much cuts the curb, as that's the ideal line. And yeah, fighting the car there, or maybe lag, but a 50.8 I think it read at the end of sector 2. Now going through Rascasse, another big lock up, but it gets him right where he needs to be. He's locking up and then rolling the car through, so that's really effective for him, as he does a 107.8 no, 107.8, 108.7, and Reatudo will go second fastest, 111.2. Who do we go to now? We'll go to Lex, who is coming through the final corner, but it's invalid. I want to believe he's going for another run. DRS is open. Of course he's going for another run. As he chucks it through turn 1, kisses the apex, gets right up against the wall, now up the hill, basically trying to avoid the inside too much. As he really rides that inside through the final part. Gets nice and wide, tucks himself in for amazing rotation through turn 5. And now down to Mirabeau High. Currently not the fastest of first sectors we've seen, but it's still quite quick. And now just down the hill into Mirabeau Low now. And it just unravels a lot more like this. Now up to the end of middle sector, he is off par with Konami, probably about a second. Just shows how strong the Aston really is here. As there's a Williams going slow to let him by. I want to say that was Micromash. Lex goes second fastest. Yeah. Want to say Reatudo's on another one. As that's a really, really difficult place to actually let a lap car by. Like, sometimes it jeopardizes the driver's run. Executed really well for Crazy Reatudo though. But yeah, then Lex can't be complained at for impeding. But yeah. Geez, I've got a whole litre bottle of water for this race and I'm already halfway through it. That just shows how dry my throat is, honestly. I'm not in any form good condition for this, but Crazy Reatudo goes 5th fastest. Improvement by about 7 tenths, but still about 7 tenths off DJ Death Dragon, who's on mediums. Now through the final corner, nice and slow, just hits the throttle on the apex, and now DRS wide open up to turn 1, nice and wide on entry, really pushing the track limits through that first corner. Put it to perfection in my eyes, as he now goes roaring up the hill. The Merc really darting round the circuit in the silver arrow of his, as Hefastaf is now just up ahead. He will want to get a wriggle on just to avoid trying to let himself by during hairpin. Does it on the exit though. Slightly impacts Rich Raw's line, but either way he's still on a rampage. Down through the middle sector now, out the tunnel, really quick adjustment to the lighting, and he's invalidated it in Novell, pushed it a bit too hard as Hefastaf just completely ignores the fact there's a chicane. As my mate said, it's a straight. Yeah, if you're one of my mates you'll understand the reference, if not, yeah. But Rich Raw probably backing out, getting ready to go at it again. Yes, he will. Through the final corner, deploy now on. As you could tell, he was harvesting through Raskas. And now back on run he goes. Turn 1, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now up the hill, keeps it basically down middle for the first 2 swishes, and then third swish you start following it round to get in the optimal position for turn 4. But yeah, purple sector 1, he looks like he wants it. Is he going to get pole? Is it going to be a lap of dreams? He goes through the middle sector now. Hazara behind him. I don't think he's a big threat though. As Rich Raw goes to the Novell, brakes at about 90, I'd say. Perfect turning. Manages to do it without impeding this time. And at the end of the middle sector, still going purple. It's a lap and a half for this Merc as he hits the wall on the exit of the swimming pool section. Through Raskas, chucks the car around the apex. I think there's a bit of contact with the wall just to help rotation. But yeah, racing to the line now, and it is fastest by a good 3 tenths. Sucharek, he's just gone invalid. Quays is miles off his pace as Sucharek goes into the pits. Who should we go on board with now? Let's go Lex, who's on a run. Purple middle sector, finding about 5 tenths. He's still about 4 tenths off Rich Raw though. As a massive double lock-up of the front through Raskas, as there's a Williams going slow on pit entry. And now up to the line, 3rd fastest. Decent improvement as he loses the car in turn 1. DJ Death Dragon now on a good run as well, about half a tenth off Rich Raw. At the end of the middle sector, he's about 2 tenths off. So it's all going to come down to this final sector. It's going to have to be done to every single inch of the circuit. Absolute perfection. Cannot overcook it in a single corner. And through the final corner, what's it going to be? DRS wide open, should have stayed closer to that wall instead of weaving out. And yeah, it's only P3. Rich Raw, showing him why he's on pole for now. As FNR Quays seems to be on a lap, but he is missing half a front wing. Yeah, he's just burning up session time at this point if he doesn't pit. In goes the V carb. And yeah, may the session continue. Just quickly sending some money over. Bear with me 2 secs. Okay, so yeah, final 4 minutes now. Yeah, he's just said his account number's wrong. Okay, Sucharek in the pits now. Hazard is currently going round. And yeah, Hazard doesn't look like he's on form. As yeah, what can Hazard do? Oh, big snap there. Yes, I've just chimed back in. But yeah, big mistake. And he's invalidated. It can only get worse. He has literally 1 lap to try and set something. As you can see, this man is on a mission. He's in a big rush as well. Regarding all the mess ups. Yeah, I'm sorry I just keep zoning out. I'm in between doing this and paying my mate because I'm in debt. But yeah, yeah, Hazard is still on run. He hasn't invalidated thus far, or made any big hiccups, but he really isn't on pace. 52.6. Unless this is him getting to grips with the circuit. No, he's doing quali lap. It's just amazingly slow. No, he's dropped it. He's just trying to get last. I think last to question mark at Monaco. Let's see if he achieves his mission. Who should we chime on with? Sucharek retired. What's Cesaro gonna do now to get last, or is he just gonna go, yep, that's that? As we're back on board with Ritual, who literally has 4 thousandths of a second to find full pole, which is, in some people's books, a very big ask. But with these gains, no, it ain't. 3 temps up. Quais has retired from session now. And now racing through the middle sector, out of Mirabolo, straightens it up, straight through the tunnel now. Gets nice and wide just so you can really kiss the inside barrier on your way out. But yeah, the adjustment too light now, chucking it through Novell, beautifully executed. And now going round to sector 3, still 3 temps up. This is an amazing bid for pole. Oh, invalidated lap there. Kaname also improving, but by about a 10th. If he didn't stuff it up, he would have got pole. But Kaname should be the man who lines it up from the top step. Well, top step, yes, you're lining up from the podium, but Lex goes quicker. Lex has pulled out a shocker. He takes pole from Kaname. It was his pole to lose, and he lost it. As Death Dragon, I believe, is improving based off that microsecond I looked. But yeah, through the final corner, what's it going to be? Doesn't look too representable. yeah, only 4th fastest. Now it's Wacky Louder. He was ever so slightly down on what he was doing. So yeah, Lex will nick pole at the last gasp. Suturek goes, game is gay, why not? But yeah, there's your grid. Let's just see how many people invalid. Cross right line on pit exit. Invalid, 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 invalid. Warnings, invalid, warning, invalid, warning, invalid, valid, warning, and a bunch more. Boy oh boy, that was a session and a half. But yeah, Lex is your man on pole. Then Kaname. Then it's Rich Raw. With Sucharek at the back. With Hazara. Ready up at 29 past. Question is, who will win? I've got my money on Kaname. Oh, remote fell. And yeah, race is bound to start now. 5 red lights, and away we go. And yeah, Lex really pushes Kaname to the wall into turn 1, just wants to guarantee he'll lead at least 2 seconds, as Hazara has had an incident with Wacky Louder and Sucharek. But that's not an ideal way to start, as the snake now forms. As yeah, it's a question of who's gonna lead at the end of pit stage, and it's a matter of who will win. But for now, it's gonna be a battle of attrition. Nothing more. As possible race strategies, 22 laps on hards, then mediums to the end, 17 laps on hards, and then 10 laps on softs, then rest on mediums. So primarily you will be looking at hards and mediums at some point in this race. we might as well showcase tires. Most are mediums, but then DJ Death Dragon and Wacky Lauda, who could be looking at going a bit later on into this race, are on the hards. Sucharek on the mediums has just pitted. Looks like he could be doing a 2-stop now, as Quais already has a track limits penalty, which really begs a question: what's he doing? As there's a mistake by Konami, and that allows Ritraw to capitalise, currently ghosting between them. Who's going to be leading in the end of this? This feels like a time trial race. But yeah, it will be Ritraw who takes place. But will Konami go back? No. It's a now waiting game foremost. But yeah, it should be alright. As Wacky Lauda battles with Hazara now over P9. Basically guaranteed points now for the top 10, unless there's a safety car, which I'd be very much intrigued to see, as there could be a mass bombing at some point, especially... oh, there goes Wacky Lauda into the wall. Hazara probably picks up some damage from that drop in pace, but apart from that, the Sauber all over the Merc. He wants to make some ground here. And now it's a question as to when the overtake comes. Not how the overtake comes, when. And it's now. Massive lunge, but they're in the wall. Hazara too over ambitious. Both cars into the wall. And that should be his race chances put into a coffin. Well, to be fair, they're already butchered, but now that's the final blow, I'd say. As they've dropped again. Heffastaff also 3-second time penalty. We're only lap 3, and we're seeing the penalties creeping in like a Grim Reaper, trying to take them all out one by one. But yeah, I'm not going to be surprised if the end result will be manifested in penalties, as there will be some questionable moves. But the grid are really opening up like they did last week in the mixed weathers, as you see multiple trains forming. Ritraw, Lex and Konami in one little squabble, and then Micromash, Death Dragon, Heffastaff, Crazy Rare Tudo, and then Quai's really in a land of his own today, with then Wacky Lauda and Hazara behind, as Wacky Lauda really going wide in quite a lot of these places. The Sauber now becoming impatient. Are they going to do what they done last lap? Yes they are. And they're both in the wall again. They're both in the wall this time round. And that's again Hazara's fault. And he's got a place for it. That's easily lots of pens in 2 laps in a row going his way. But yeah, Konami now with a penalty on lap 4. Just shows how difficult it is to stay within track limits here at Monaco. As Alexa lead to Ritraw and then Konami. But yeah, Lex currently just managing his tyres, I'd say. That's natural, but yeah, Hazara and Wacky Lauda in pits, probably round 2 incoming after what happened, but their gap is insane. But yeah, Lex doesn't really need a push. Oh, big snap though. Doesn't really need a push. He can do it, just like this, as long as he can keep them both within DRS. But yeah, don't know what to say, because everyone's really outside of the DRS range of each other. But yeah, we'll home in on Richard and Lex, two leaders, both with no pens, and it seems like Richard is on a little mission here to try and stay within a second, which arguably burns up his tyres quicker, puts him out of contention sooner. But yeah. Oh yeah, Richard has dropped out. So has Konami, to be fair. They're really in lands of their own now, as no one is within a second of anyone. So, yeah. If anyone's in chat watching, give me something to talk about. If it's what I'm doing tomorrow, go at it. If it's what other leagues have I got scheduled, go at it. But yeah, we have our staff actually getting within a second of Micromash. Someone who has been struggling quite a bit this weekend, to be fair. But yeah. Kouei's again penalty gone his way, lap 8. As Sucharek also adds his name to the list. We only have 6 drivers of the 11 without a penalty so far, and we aren't even in double figures. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting race. As Richie Raw gets a 3-second time penalty. What can we say about Monaco? Oh yeah, how's about it? DJ Death Dragon currently within a second of Konami, maybe looking for a pass soon, as the hards are becoming the better tyre of the two which are available. Well, not really two which are available. But yeah. Currently, DJ Death Dragon hasn't been like Azara, just sending it wherever. As Magnus has joined the session, as FR staff has overtaken Micromash, probably due to an error. Yellow flags. Micromash has retired from session. He's called it quits. As Kaname still defending off DJ Death Dragon. We'll probably ride on board with these two for a while, as that's going to be the main battle. But yeah, slight lock up from Kaname there. As they just follow through. This is really it about Monaco. There ain't much room to overtake, and when you try, just like Azara, you're in the ball. But yeah, DJ Death Dragon now DRS, as Ritual currently in the pit lane. He's only done 10 laps on the mediums and already pitting, so maybe that's a push to try and overtake Lex. So will that mean Lex is going to react in the next lap also? But Ritual on the hards, he's came out in a nice bit of clean air, so perfect for the Mercedes. But DJ Death Dragon really all over the back of the Aston. But yeah. And now Death Dragon, that line from Novell, really unique. You hardly see many do that, get enough grip and traction to do that. But when you do it, you gain so much time. And that's really giving DJ Death Dragon a boost in this, as a look at how close he gets through the final two corners. DRS now available, he's within 2/10. Is he going to go for it in Saint Devote? Answer is no. Surprisingly not. But yeah, you can see that crazy rare Tudo is just in the background, 5 seconds off. Could they possibly sneak into the frame? Sucharek is within a second of Cries, who picks up another penalty. As there is DJ Death Dragon having a look at Kaname through the hairpin. As Lex is in a league of his own, about 9 seconds clear. But what you'd really want to be paying attention for is Ritual, who is currently 20 seconds. As there's contact, DJ Death Dragon gets a bit too confident, makes a bit of contact, and out of frame he goes. As Lex is now in the pits. Question is, where's he going to come out in respect to the Mercedes? As in comes Kaname as well. And that's really opened up door, really showing that Aston wants to hold his ground. As Hephastaff has been caught by the Merc, but he's been wise. He's basically gave the place to the Mercedes charging for the lead. As Ritual hasn't gained enough on Lex. He hasn't done it. Even though pitting 2 laps earlier, them hards just haven't heated up in time. But hopefully we will see, as this race progresses, the tyre warm-up from the hards, and that should give the Mercedes a slight upper hand for about 2 laps. When they're fully warmed up, it takes about 4 or 5 laps here at a circuit such as this, because you're in so low speeds, you're never really hitting the brakes heavy enough. Therefore, heating up the brakes isn't too easy, and that makes it quite difficult to get much out of it. But yeah, Hazara picks up P8 over FN Quays. As there's someone talking in lobby, probably going to interfere the stream, but hey ho. As Retro just about hanging within a second. It isn't going to be easy. But yeah, Lex looks like he's got his act, and now he's on. Oh, big snap though. I was gonna say now he's on his charge, but that may have been put on hold now with that first mistake on the hards. As look at how close the Merc is getting. He is ready to dart down the inside at some stage in a silver arrow as well. But when will it come? Magnus has left the session. Why have I said that? He probably just sat there waffling. But yeah, Ritual just sitting there really. He isn't going to try and capitalise as of yet, but maybe with DRS now, Lex so close. I think Crazy Rare 2 though, slowing down on pit entry would have gave him it, but no, the detection was a lot sooner, so no DRS. That was my mistake in the comms there. But yeah, snap of oversteer on the exit by Lex from the front, not the rear, which is odd for me to say. The front end just started turning a bit too eagerly, more than anything. But yeah, look at how close the Merc is, and look at how quickly they're catching the Red Bull ahead. So chances are that Red Bull could be the V-Carb saving grace for a lap. Could we also see some inter-team play? Because it's Red Bull V-Carb, same like chain of motorsport with Red Bull. As there's contact, Wacky Lauda retires from session. Virtual safety car. Looks like it was a crash through the final corner. And that's going to be a very cheap pit stop for this man, who could possibly come out fighting with Konami again, due to a very, very cheap pit stop indeed. Yeah, in goes the Red Bull. Let's give, I don't know, F-Astaf some screen time, shall we? As Wacky now has left. DJ Death Dragon limping down pit stills, VSC still out, and big loss to Konami. Ah, my right eye's killing me. Give me a sec, I'm just gonna chuck my glasses on. Okay, yeah. Ritual, probably now favourite. He's not burning up tyres too quickly now, and therefore that's going to put him in a better position for tyre life. Quays has got a drive-through penalty, speeding under the VSC. I think someone else got it as well. I don't know who, so we are going to quickly check that. But look at how many track limits warnings there are. Champions Division and in Monaco. You wouldn't expect that. Now I can't get out. Oh, that's decent bin. Let's try and get invited back in.